The time I got in trouble for feeding the ducks. Let me tell you about the time I got in trouble for feeding the birds. It all started when my babysitter and her friend, the scientist, took us to the park.
In the park I could see tall trees and boats on the lake. I saw green grass and blue sky. And the best of all, there were fluffy geese and quacking ducks everywhere. But the scientists told us all, make sure you don't feed the geese and the ducks. It's bad for their migration patterns and nutrition and ecosystem.
I didn't know what that meant. In any case, I had a bigger problem to think about. I was alone.
Anna and Anders went off to play on the swing. Dilsa and Reza went to the seesaw.
My babysitter and her scientist friend started gossiping on the bench.
I picked some lovely buttercups, made a bouquet, and went over to Anders and Anna with my big smile, but they pretended they couldn't see me.
So I went over to Destinee and Reza. Let's play pirates on the slides, I told them.
Why would we do that? Dilsa yelled at me. You have the worst idea ever, Reza added.
So I went over to a bench by the water and sat there, all alone. Well, almost alone. Some big white geese and shiny ducks were swimming near me.
A little while later, I heard noises from the slides. I looked over to see all the other kids playing pirates over there. Dilsa and Reza had stolen my idea. I was so sad. I picked up my crackers and angrily threw them on the ground. Right away, all the geese and ducks surrounded me. They started eating the cracker crumbs. They looked so funny and cute, and I felt better. And even better, Anna and Anders and Dilsa and Reza ran over to me. Oh, the geese are so cute, they cried out. Throw them some more crackers. For the first time ever, I was surrounded by the other kids, and they were being nice to me.
But the scientists marched over to us. What did I tell you about feeding the geese?
I burst into tears. Anders gave me a mean look and called me a crybaby.
I ran away as fast as I could, and around the lake to the opposite side and hid behind a tall oak tree. I hid my face in my knees and cried.
A little while later, I felt a soft tap on my shoulder. I looked up. It was the scientist. What's wrong? She asked gently.
Anders and Anna don't care about me. No matter what I do, I cry. And Dilsa and Reza stole my idea about playing pirates. They're cheats.
And no one was paying any attention to me until I started feeding the birds. But then you said I couldn't do that.
The scientist didn't call me a crybaby. She didn't say anything. She just put her arm around me and let me sit close to her for a long, long time.
After I had calmed down, she said, I'm sorry I stopped you from playing. I'm just worried about the birds. Let me show you what I mean.
The scientist took my hand to go over and see the geese and ducks.
You see, she told me these geese and ducks need to eat lots of healthy food so they don't get sick. They need to eat green plants that grow in the lake and tiny little creatures that live in the lake.
Are the crackers healthy, I asked?
The scientist smiled. No, when we feed the birds things like bread and popcorn, it's not very healthy at all.
I thought for a minute. I remembered how the geese and ducks had quite angrily at each other when they were fighting over cracker crumbs. Maybe when the birds eat their natural food, they fight less too, I said.
That's right, said the scientist. When the birds are eating the plants in the water, they can go swim by themselves and find it. They can each go in their own little spot on the lake instead of crowding around one person with crackers.
And there's one more thing, said the scientist. Birds fly south in the winter to stay warm. Sometimes if we keep feeding them, they forget. So they stay here and freeze during the winter.
Most all this leftover bread and cracker crumbs can become moldy, then make the water dirty.
I understand now, I said quietly. I don't want to ruin any things for the birds just to have more friends. But what about Anna and Anders and Dilsa and Reza?
The scientist hugged me. Sometimes kids are just mean. Sometimes grown-ups are very mean too. But don't worry, I'll play with you.
I couldn't believe it. I had a special grown-up scientist friend all to myself. We went on the paddle boats.
We hiked on the trails through the woods.
My scientist friend taught me the name of the birds and trees. I saw that we can have a lot of fun at the park without hurting the wildlife. And I've always remembered an important lesson. I learned that sometimes when I'm trying to fix a problem I have with a person, I might hurt an animal insect. I'm going to be very careful from now on.